Hello, channel viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 19. Before we do a single thing in this episode, I am super excited to announce that OOTP has made some pretty drastic changes to one of the things I found the most irritating. At least this is what I've heard. They have changed the way you shop players around. So let's start by finding a player we're not particularly fond of, who costs us a lot of money we're not going to re-sign. I'd like to re-sign all of these players. But let's suppose, just for example, we want to trade Roger Clemens. Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. We can add an extra player. We can make it a package deal. We can ask for specific kinds of players. We can ask for people to specific positions. We can even offer up front and tell them, look, I will eat 10% of his contract. I'll throw in Guillermo Garcia. I'm not actually going to make any of these trades. And I will take anything you want to offer me. And no one's going to offer me a single player in trade. But it doesn't say why. I suspect I know why. It's probably because Roger Clemens makes too much money. What are like a John Mitchell? And I'll ask for anything I can get. Here we go. So I could basically trade him for a better reliever, or actually a worse reliever. I could get a very interesting outfielder. This is an interesting play. I don't think we're going to make a trade, though. This is just showing this off. This is an amazing feature. I cannot praise Out of the Park Developments enough for adding this. The ability to package players, the ability to ask for specific positions, specific kinds of players is just awesome. Thank you very much. The one thing that you could still do is allow the computer to offer packages of players in return. But this is pretty fantastic, and we'll definitely be using this. Not before the season, because right now, let's talk about what happened last season, because frankly, I don't remember that clearly, because it's been a while since I recorded. We want TOR. Right, last year we made the playoffs and didn't end up... We got bounced in the first round because Roger Clemens lost his shit again. So here's our concern. We won 97 games last year, which is actually the most games... Nope, I take it back. We won 99 with the Blue Jays in 82. That's the most games I've won with them. But this year, next offseason is going to be a big one for a couple of imports. We also should have won like 106 games, but it's fine. And here's why. Roger Clemens will probably opt out. If that's the case, I can use the savings to either re-sign Randy Johnson or Frank Castillo. And so that'll be an interesting decision to make at the end of the season. I don't frankly know which of the two we would re-sign. If you're saying, why don't you try to re-sign them now? Bill Buck is why. Look, this is going to sound terrible. I hope you die, you old bastard, so I get somebody who actually gives me some money every now and again. Yeah, because he wants you to cut payroll. That's not going to happen. I am not going to cut payroll again. You know, let's make it... How much are the Yankees charging? Because we know we're better than the Yankees. They're charging like $13. I think $6, half. I don't know if this Canadian or US dollars, whatever. I think $6 is totally reasonable to ask our fans to pay for. Because we've been an amazing team. So what we need to decide is this a rebuilding year? Okay, probably not. Is there anything we could acquire to drastically improve our fortunes? Now, having Omar Vizquel healthy the entire year would be a big boon, I think. But we're kind of in this weird area where we don't have... We have some interesting prospects, but not many. And the ones we do have are quite a ways away from being ready to contribute. Like, if Gabe Kapler can improve his contact, he's absolutely our future right fielder. And I think... Oh, we just drafted him. That's right. And we just drafted Carlos Fabulos as well. So there's some talent here, but it's all in the low minors. The high minors, we have varying degrees of varying players. Scott Bullitt. How long is Heyman's out? 4 days. I'm going to keep him on the roster. There's no sense in not doing it. We have a few too many players right now who have similar skill profiles. I'm going to swap Sutton for Bullitt, and here's my thinking. First of all, Bullitt put in a pretty decent year last year for Detroit. More importantly, he offers something we don't have a lot of right now, which is quality contact hitters in the outfield. Right now, our best contact hitter is Mo Vaughn and then Ellis Burks. And that's not great, but it's not bad either. Oh, we could trade John Mitchell. He's been good, but the problem is he's not great. Partially because of his stamina. I think one of the things we were doing with him that was wrong, he can't be an 8th+ inning guy. We have to only put him in for like 1 inning, which is fine. One thing someone recommended is maybe when the 40-man rosters expand, maybe adding a couple of extra starters and even giving Clemens a day off or two. I don't know how helpful that's going to be, because Clemens has pretty damn good stamina, and he's pitched over 200 innings every season since '88. He just kind of craps the bed in the playoffs. His stuff should be higher. So that's what we're dealing with. And that's why, coming back around to the beginning of the topic, we're in this weird spot where I'm not sure how competitive we'll be this year. And I'm sure we'll be less competitive next year. And there's not a lot I can do to fix that in the short term. Because Roger Clemens would be an absolute moron to not opt out of this contract. Clemens would probably earn $6 to $7 million on the next market. If Clemens walks, I can either re-sign Johnson or Castillo, but probably not both. Castillo is younger. And he's been quite productive for us. He hasn't kicked it up the notch to be like, I'm an ace-level pitcher, but he's been very strong. Whereas Randy Johnson is still a work in progress. The only thing he's ever led the league in is walks, and K rate, and BABIP. And he's already 31. Now, real-life Randy Johnson really kind of took off after in his mid-30s. That's when he became, like, an amazing pitcher. Randy Johnson in his 20s wasn't super great. But then 32 hit, and he's like, bam, I'm dominant now. And then all those amazing years in his late 30s, early 40s. I don't know if I'm willing to pay for that, though. And so that's going to be the decision we have to make. Trading Roger Clemens would be the ultimate signal of surrender, but it also makes a good deal of sense. Maybe. Who do we replace him with if we traded him? I don't have any starters ready. I mean, okay, so I've got Aaron Seeley. He could fill the spot. Jose Lima could fill the spot, maybe. But Roger Clemens has been so consistently good that if we got rid of him, I don't think we make the playoffs. I think I just got signed to a new deal, didn't I? Yeah, I'm here through 97. How's my bench coach doing? Let's do some decisions here while I'm thinking things out. Oh, he's not great at development. I'm going to promote Ken Berry. I will happily fire you, Ben. Or Ken. I don't know why I just called you Ben. Because he gets along well with the players, but he's not very good at development. And we do have a young roster. Let's fire him. Gone. You're my new bench coach. How are you at development? You're good. Now, the only problem is a lot of people can't stand you. But I'm willing to make that. I'm willing to work with that for now in exchange for better development. Our pitching coach. Okay. We can keep the pitching coach. I think we can keep the hitting coach too. So he works best with veterans. We don't have a lot of young hitters, so I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and offer you guys each an extension. And we'll do it for the team trainer, too. All right, let's let Ben Reeves coach at AAA. And then let's hire a new manager for short season A-ball. Dale Morris wants a chance to manage? Sure. We can try it. All right. So do we go for broke this season, knowing that we're going to lose Roger Clemens? Or do we trade him before the season begins and try to get a good return? The problem is no one's going to give me anything for Clemens. Let's try just shopping him. We get no responses. And that's the problem, because any self-respecting player realizes, oh, he's got an opt-out clause. It's a one-year rental. We'd have to add something else to it. Let's play through the first month. Let's not agonize over these decisions. Let's play through the first month and see what our fortunes look like. A personal message. Oh, right, we got a bunch of minor leaguers, and then we lost Darren Beer. I mean, he was good, but he's not really going to set us back, I don't think. I'm not too fussed about that. Okay. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and call up reliever David Wells. Between Seeley and Lima, Lima's got good control, but no stuff and horrible movement. Seeley's got good movement, good stuff, mediocre control. I think, without a doubt, Seeley gets the rotation spot. Okay. That may have made the decision for us. Because I don't fancy our chances without Roger Clemens in the regular season, or without Kenny Rogers and Roger Clemens. There's always a chance he could recover quickly. Oh, god damn it. Just lost Ellis Burks for 5 weeks. I guess it's Stacey Ham time. Someone commented about letting Mike Devereaux hit against, play the outfield and platoon a bit. There's some possibility to that, but at the end of the day, actually, it would actually make a lot of sense to do it with Bullet. But right now, Devereaux's going to be starting at, oh, Mike Little's still pretty good in center, right? Yeah, Mike Little's going to be playing center. Center field. Oh, I know what you were trying to say. You were basically trying to tell me to use Devereaux in center over Little. Little's actually better than Devereaux is in center. Or something to that effect. So I'm going to go ahead and let... Yeah. Does Little have an extreme platoon split? He's got a bit of one. Okay. But I still think he's probably a better hitter than anyone I can come up with off the bench. So I'm going to put Vaughn here. Oh, wow. Yeah, we may have just lost the season right now. It might be done. Yeah, I guess I see the point. If I'm going to have Devereaux in the lineup, I might as well let him play left field. Where he's really, really good. And then I guess we'll have... who's going to play DH here? Dahlbach, I guess? I don't know. Maybe Ham. No, Dahlbach's the better hitter. He can DH. It's fine. Yeah, we might be in a lot of trouble already. Oh boy, I can get these guys because they send them back. They can't all be David Ortiz. Oh boy, Dave Burba, he's going to change everything. Go to AAA. Okay, fine, I'll put you on the 40-man, then I'll send you to AAA. If you're out of options, I'm going to... Yep, I'm just going to waive you. I'm just going to designate you for assignment. If someone else claims you, whatever. Shit. This is a bad start to the season. Man, 2 different people have claimed Dave Burba. Okay. Who got him? Baltimore did. Alright. Alright, Chris Gomez thinks Graffinino is a little bitch. Mate, you both suck. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and suspend him. Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, the suspending Graffinino. I think that's fine. He shouldn't be a little bitch. He was dogging it. They both suck, but, you know, it's whatever. Alright. I'm very quickly coming to an important realization, and it's not one that the owner is going to like. I would very much like to bring you back, but my owner won't let me. That's such a reasonable salary. Ugh. Alright, guys. Here's our issue. We suck. And if I suspect we're going to see a pretty good rotation and a pretty shit lineup. Yeah. Without Ellis Burks, this lineup isn't good enough. Not remotely. No, part of this is players who should be playing really well not playing well. Like Omar Vizquel. He should not be hitting 196. And that's probably holding us back. Or Todd Zeile hitting 212. Although that might be a little bit more believable. This is a pretty unmistakably clear sign that this team is gonna be in trouble. Which puts us in a situation. Which is we're gonna have to offer something with Clemens to move Clemens. And I'd rather trade something we get a good return for. What if I offered Castillo? I would like prospects. Only. Alright, we're getting some decent movement on Castillo. I'm actually getting some pretty attractive offers. So this offers us one thing we can do. I really like Castillo. But I also think there's no way we can afford him. And if we could get a couple of prospects or 3 prospects for trading him, it might be the right call. Alright, so Javier Valentin is a pretty decent catcher with good power and good discipline. That's got value. I won't deny that. Can we do better? Okay, Ray Ordonez, but I mean, he'd be better than Grafino or Gomez. Like right now, with the chance to maybe be better. That's interesting. Playing him at second. Oh boy, Nafi Perez. No. Hello, Mr. Empty Batting Average. Dave Landacre is just one of them weird players. Right. How good is Brett McCabe? He's disciplined and not much else. Okay. So I could flip him for Ray Ordonez, who provide a basic immediate upgrade to our second base situation. What else could we get out of it? I like a Shannon Stewart. Alright, let's kind of go balls to the wall here. Let's try to get as many prospects as we possibly can, and then I will add players to the deal. Alright, Montreal, here's what I'm prepared to give you. Oh, that's why. Oh, damn it, Clemens. That's why. What if I threw in Randy Johnson? Would it change your mind? I will eat salary. Okay. It's not worth trading Castillo for one player. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just proceed as we are now. That's the... Damn you, Clemens! Alright. Let's play through it. What can we do to at least marginally improve our team? Oh, I never regenerated depth charts, sorry. I mean, the obvious thing would be to get Omar Vizquel out of the number 2 slot or Zeal out of the number 4 slot, but I don't have a way to do either of those things right now. Because I don't have a better catcher and I don't have a better shortstop. Chris Gomez is such a terrible hitter. I don't know the Graffinino will be any better, though. But Graffinino is a better defensive second baseman, so I guess if we're going to have a millstone on the team that can't hit, it might as well be Graffinino. That's going to make Gomez mad, but, you know, maybe you should try hitting better. Just saying. Because I'm going to put a guy in here strictly for defense. I don't want to be the best defensive player I can get, which is clearly Graffinino. So I'm going to go ahead and regenerate depth charts. Alright. Let's see how much things change when we get Ellis Burks back. Hilly Halfway, I'm not even going to bother putting you on the disabled list. Lima will just get a couple of starts. Alright, we got Burks back, which is really great. Let's go and send Stacey Ham back down. Because our entire team revolves around Burks, right? So maybe that's what's holding us back. I don't want to bench Mike Little, but we're going to bench him for right now. Alright, so Vaughn back to cleanup. Burks to number 3. I'm going to promote Scott Bullitt to hitting 5th because he's having such a great year so far. Zeal 6th, then Castellano, then Dahlbach, then Graffinino. Yeah. Over here, we're going to have Mike Little play left. Just because I think he's a better hitter than Devereaux. Devereaux is having a fairly good year. Maybe I should go ahead and just let Little ride the pine for a bit. And see how Devereaux does the rest of the year. And then again, Graffinino will bat 9th. This is reasonable, I think. How are we doing with the depth charts? The game likes Gomez a little bit too much. And he's not a great utility guy. I'm going to flip Gomez. Sometimes, and you'll find this with out-of-the-park baseball, the game just becomes obsessed with certain players, and it'll fit them into every situation. I acknowledge that Gomez is a better hitter, but that's not... he's not a better fielder. He's not a good enough base runner. Gomez is not what we thought he might be. He might be someday. This is the ultimate, by the way, of trading low, but we're going to go ahead and ask for everything and just see what kind of offers we get for Gomez. It's probably going to be a bunch of crap, but you never know. Yeah, there's like one interesting player, which is Mark Sweeney, and he's not that great. So we might as well keep Gomez, and we'll just adjust the depth charts. Because there's no reason to play Gomez. There's just not. I'd even send him to the minors if I thought I had... Actually, do I have a middle infielder? Fabulous is shooting up. He's not a great utility guy, though, and I want to wait till his bat improves. What about Jomar Guevara? Nah, he's kind of shitty. Yep, we've got a bunch of players who aren't very good, and so I guess we'll just leave them as is. And then we'll just adjust this so that it only puts in Gomez like once a week, maybe. Because there's no reason to have him be playing every other day. Same thing with Devereaux. I'm fine with him playing a bit because I'm going to ride the hot hand. And then if he cools off, which I expect he will, then Little will start getting playing time again. Here's an interesting question. Little or Dahlbach? Dahlbach is still hitting better right now. So again, riding the hot hand, you get 1 start a week. Once a week. Once a week. Once a week. For now. And then after the next month, if it turns out we can do some things there, then we will. Pitching staff. Garces is struggling a bit, but he's still striking people out. Don't trust ERAs this early in the season, especially with relievers, because they don't have enough innings. Yeah, there's not enough here for me to make any drastic decisions. Except maybe on Larry Sorensen. He just can't strike people out. I'm going to put him on the block. Because he's the kind of player that I think the AI is going to overrate. Let's actually just try to trade him right now, though. I'll take anything I can get right now. Like, if I can get an actual useful pitcher, that's a pretty big win. I'm only getting offers for relievers. Interesting. See, Alan Anderson's a very similar kind of pitcher. Oh, he'll be a free agent. So will John Leonard. Although Leonard will probably be better this year. You'd be a little better as a long reliever, I think. Not a lot better, but a little better. Let's do that. That's one change I can make. I'm going to basically change you to being a long reliever. Because your ability to throw strikes in critical situations isn't going to help. Yeah, you can be a long reliever. And then I'll let the other middle relievers sort their stuff out, and then we'll see what's happening next month. Sorensen might retire. But you're not a member of the starting lineup. You don't hit enough. You're a very good outfielder. I would love to trade you. You know what? You're a kind of a money sink anyway. What can I get for you? Don't tell me you're doing what I think you're doing. Okay, people just don't want you because you cost too much, I bet. Yep, I don't care. This is part of the problem with us firing our bench coach, I think. I think we're going to have a lot more of these chemistry issues coming up. He'll miss another start. That's unfortunate. We don't know about Larry Sorensen or what's happening with him. Oh, this would be the perfect year to try to unload some players. But I'm not going to get anywhere near their value. Clemens got another shutout. Burks is out for 5 days. 5 days. Player development. How are the minors doing? Randy Johnson got a bit better. Nice. Carlos Belair, holy shit. He's kind of exploded onto the scene. Gomez got faster. Graffinino's getting to be a slightly better hitter. Castellano got faster? I don't know how that works, but sure. Bullock got a little better. No one in the minors, though, made big strides forward, which is reasonable, I guess. Alright, let's keep going. We have such a good rotation and such a bad lineup, and I can't really fix either of those problems. There's just not a solution. Because Bullet's still slugging the crap out of the ball. Oh, he's pretty terrible defensively. You know what? Who's better, Dahlbach or Bullet? It's not remotely close. Alright, we will make this change. Alright. You're DHing. You're out of the lineup, and Mark Little's going to come back in. He's going to play left field. Oh, actually, let me check about Mike Little. He likes letting left-handed pitchers. Okay, so we're going to go... Boop. And you will be playing... Who's actually the better defender, Devereaux or Little? Little is so much better, even at left field. Actually, they're about the same. Yeah, alright, you can DH. And then here, who's going to replace Dahlbach? I could start just batting Devereaux. I guess that would be alright. It'll make him happier and keep him from bitching quite so much. That's fine for now, and then we'll work other things out as we play. Alright. Okay, getting Mike Jones back is a nice feather in our cap, or it would be if pitching wasn't the one thing where we're doing really, really well. I guess really, really well is a bit of an overstatement. I'm going to let Mike Jones rehab in the minors. I think that's a reasonable precaution to take. Because Mike Jones is going to be on the team next year. We're not, like, terrible, but we're very, very mediocre. Ooh, 5 for 7 for Hammonds. Nice. Steve Cox for Larry Sutton. No. He offers nothing. He's just not worth it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now I'm not interested in him. Make a different offer and we'll talk. We got a little mini... Oh, shit. Well, that's what happens. You have a player, you decide, I'm not going to trade him, he's still pretty good. And then he gets injured. Good thing we had Mike Jones ready. Our entire bullpen's starting to melt down now. I think they're getting too many innings. Hilly, you pitched 200 innings last year. You don't get a pitch count. You're off the pitch count. The reality is we're actually closer to 500 than we are to bottoming out, which means we're just going to get like a mid-round draft pick in the offseason. Alright, I think we go full fire sale. Nice work, Seeley. Yes, I know, Randy. I really want to keep you. Right now I can't. But I will first thing in the offseason. I will bring you back. You have my word on it. We are going to go full fire sale on people we don't intend to keep. Let's trade John Mitchell. I'm not bringing him back. What can we get for a pretty good closer? Aaron Gael. He's a useful little hitter. I could see picking him up. Ooh, Ooh, Shane Sprott. Very good defender, but very little offense. I could bring in Cecil Fielder, but first base we're kind of okay at. I think Aaron Gael would be a pretty good return for John Mitchell. And I could let him get some time in AAA to improve a bit. So let's start with Aaron Gael and see if we can maybe get some more out of the Dodgers. Like Fernando Tatis. Very raw, but could potentially be very good. You'd want a lot more. Okay. Einar Diaz. No. Adolis Perez. Can I get him? No, because you just traded him. Or drafted him, rather. Chris Woodward. I mean, he'd be an interesting utility guy, I guess. I can see if you throw him in. He was not drafted less than a year ago. I guess he was. I saw 2 different years here. My bad. For a salary dump, I mean, it is a salary dump. That's for sure. But the fact I can't get anyone else that's better... I like Davy Cruz. No. Alright, so let's look for players a little farther down the list who at least look like they might be interesting. Like a Jason Fronio. We're looking for green numbers. Michael Hill, sure. Miguel Batista. Yes. I'm basically drafting based on names at this point. And we'll take John Habel. I know this is a bunch of scrubs and Aaron Gael. I also want you to eat his entire salary. I think that's reasonable. That'd give me a little bit more salary room. Let's sim a week. They'll probably reject it. He's upset. And he may decide to fire me at the end of the year. Well, you know what? It's not my bloody fault. You made me strip my team bare to fill your ridiculous payroll requirements. So yeah, you can go to hell. No way. I'm not giving you extra players. I'll simply ask for you to eat less of the salary. There we go. Yeah, well, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how upset you are that I lost him. That's not my fault. I'd like Gael to get seasoning in AAA. Yeah, fine, I'll put him on the 40-man, but I'm not going to play him right in the majors. I'm going to put him in AAA. Unless you force me to put him on the main. There you go. Oh, we do need a new reliever. If we're going to tank, mate, let's tank. Sam here. He looks like he's a good one. You're the new closer because someone asked to do it. You can say set up man 7th inning. You're going to be set up inning 6th inning. 8th inning, rather. And you're going to continue to be a middle reliever. Seeley is not handling his promotion to the What's going on here? He's walking way too many people. And his strikeout rate is off. Do I bump up Lima, or do I let him try to figure it out? Maybe let him try to figure it out right now. Kenny Rogers will be back soon, and then I can decide what to do with Seeley then. We're getting a little bit better. Clemens may be our only All-Star this year. Yep, we have one All-Star, Roger Clemens. That's a shame. I kind of figured at least Mo Vaughn might do it, but it's okay. It's fine. Who else could we trade? All right, we know Randy Johnson's not going to want much money. So I'd like to try to keep him. No one's going to take Castillo now. What can I get for Espino? Probably not very much. I'm not even getting interesting players. I mean, there is Virgin Conley, but, you know... I don't need Tony Fernandez. He's a worse version of Omar Vizquel. Dave Magadan's a great first baseman who can't hit. I don't need one of those. Chris Sexton's a decent utility player, but there's not much else to say for him. Here's that Shane Sprague. I think literally only our scout rates him this highly. Dave Berg could be a useful little part. Can I get you to throw in someone else? The answer is probably not, but it's worth a shot. You've got a decent... I do like Tony Clark quite a bit. That could also move Mo Vaughn to DH. Would you give me Tony Clark? Probably not. Yeah, you wouldn't take that deal. That's fine, I wouldn't either, necessarily. But Ryan Dempster. He's drafted him, okay. What would I have to do to get Tony Clark off of you? Maybe even Alex Gonzalez and shift him to third. Okay. What if I gave you Chris Gomez? Yeah. What if I just asked for Tony Clark? I have to throw in Haley Hathaway, and I kind of don't want to do that. Because he's a pretty good starter, and we're going to need those soon. Who else's contract is coming up? If I threw in, like, Larry Sorensen. Nope, that made it worse. Sure, let's run Omar Vizquel. Just see if we get any kind of... Nope. Alright, I guess we'll just take Dave Berg. He seems like a reasonable dude. And see if I can maybe get you to throw someone else in. McNeil would be a nice little hitter. Doesn't have much power, but the rest of his game is reasonable. Maybe see what else you got. I remember Ryan Christensen when he came up for Oakland, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's going to be amazing, and then he turned out to be... Frank Catalanato, how can you not trade for him? I will throw him on there just for funsies. Wow, that actually makes the deal worse. They're like, man, we're not going to take this jerk off their roster. What about a Gabe White? Alright. Can I get Mark Little just so I stop saying Mark Little and I have both of them? Alright, let's see if I can get that. I think that's a pretty reasonable offer. You say no way. What do I have to throw in? Not much. I'll give you Ross Farnsworth. There we go. Eric Martinez, welcome to the Major League roster. Man, being a closer for my team is really kind of dodgy. I'm going to go ahead and make David Wells the closer. Well, a David Wells, not the David Wells, obviously. Let's go and actually make you the primary setup guy. And maybe make Rich Garces the seventh inning setup guy. There we go. Now, who can we get rid of? Todd Zeal, maybe? I mean, if we're going to fire sale this bitch, let's fire sale it. And I don't think Zeal's value is going to be any higher than it is right now. Let's do it. Let's see what I can get. Prospects, please. Don't offer me veterans for him. I really want to get rid of Ray Ordonez. He's secretly like a clubhouse cancer or something, isn't he? Ooh. A good all-around hitting first baseman is always appreciated. Can I get you to throw in Zuleta? An insult? Okay. I like I'm basically just like feeding the Red Sox at this point. Let's take Danny Graves. He was pretty good. Okay. You want slightly more. I want slightly more, but they just don't have much more to give that they're willing to give. Like, I got probably going to get, like, Boca Chica, and he wasn't even that great in real life. I think this is reasonable. This is very reasonable, and he should be, like, Major League minimum for a while. Wow, I had no idea that he was such a fundamental part of the current identity of this team. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and send Pantani to AAA for now. Waivers and DFA. Here we go. Oh, he's already pretty good right now. Maybe I should just call him up. And then just do what I said. And we do need a new pitcher. Oh, no, we don't, because I just traded a catcher, so we need a new catcher. I have too many outfielders. Mike, let's send you down. And then I need a catcher. Creighton Gubinich, sure. Lineups overview. All right. New plan. Movon, you're the full-time DH. Do you have a platoon split? You handle righties a lot better than lefties. Fine. Bullet's still kind of killing it. I'm going to go ahead and let him play left field, and we're going to bench Devereaux. Unless Devereaux's killing it, too. He's relatively killing it. Yeah, I'll pull you out. You can play first. I'm going to take the new guy. He's going to be the starting catcher, Gubinich, because he's a really amazing defensive catcher and actually happens to be a slightly better hitter. So, yeah, sure. All right. Okay, let's DHU, bring in Patani. Patane? Patagony? I don't know how you're supposed to say his last name. Maybe a Red Sox fan could remind me, because I remember him being part of the Red Sox in real life. He ended up not panning out. Yeah, there he is. He was out of the majors for a long time. And then what are we missing here? Oh, the catcher. Right. Kubinich. Ellis Burks is probably like, what the hell are you doing? You're killing my team, dude. To which I say, meh. If I make my team objectively worse the way that I have and I still somehow make the playoffs, that's going to be hilarious. No. Casey Mendenhall's not a good fit. God damn it, Hilly. Baseball sure is weird sometimes. I've literally made my team worse, and yet we're playing a lot better. I think part of it is the lineup. Scott Bullitt has just been amazing this year. And then we have still the best rotation in the majors and a pretty strong year, a pretty strong bullpen too. Damn. Like, I have no illusions that if we make the playoffs, we're going to go anywhere, but this is not what I expected would happen. Detroit must be a far more fragile team than they appear to be. Jose Lima, he keeps getting better. He's playing his way into a rotation spot next year. Maybe even this year. Oh, damn. Calvin Maduro put some extra heat on his fastball. He's going to go far. Nice. And we get Kenny Rogers back. And Aaron Seal is clearly the guy who's going to get replaced. Let's go and send Militello back to AAA. Activate Keeney. And we're just going to go boop. I said boop. Here we go. And yeah, you're going to get pitching some middle relief, and then you'll get some long relief when you need it. I think moving Sorensen to long relief was a really good decision on our behalf. You should not be pitching in middle relief if you're also the setup guy. That's going to blow out your arm. There we go. Wait, the Tigers weren't in the AL East. The Tigers were in the AL Central, weren't they? God damn it, Greg Maddux. Don't be a jerk. Oh, it's like the Milwaukee Brewers moved to the National League, and then the Tigers moved to the East. Yeah, that all happened in '97. That's right. Is there anyone we could call up right now? Sure. Mike Little, Aaron Giel. They're already both on the minor league roster, so... Oh, we have Octavio Dotel. I remember drafting him now. I'm going to go ahead and tell you to generate depth charts. What is happening here? What did I say? Oh, I do have extra players. Derp, derp, derp. Alright, here we go. Come on, guys. I'm weirdly invested in this season all of a sudden. I've written off pretty much the entire thing. Oh! There it goes. Oh, damn. Damn, damn, damn. Well, Militello gets called back up. Fuck it, I'm putting Lima in the rotation. Seeley seemingly couldn't handle it, but maybe Lima can. Maybe Lima time is all we need, and it's all we've ever needed. That's what I choose to believe right now. Nope. I think that was it. I think losing Roger Clemens killed us. I'm going to bring you back, I promise you. You have my word. If Clemens opts out. Which actually now he might not. Because he's injured, right? And he knows he's probably not going to get a better deal on the open market. Oh, come on, guys. If we put on, like, a nice little run here, we could maybe claim the last wild card spot. We just went in, like, 3 games in a row. Oh, damn. We came really close, though. This was a very confusing season. If we had had even a mediocre start to the year, we might have made it. We might have honestly made it. Damn. Oh well. As long as the Yankees don't win the World Series, that's all I care about. Get them, Twins. Yeah, a bunch of people are retiring. That's fine. Yeah, good job, Twinkies. I still might get fired, though. There's a chance they might just can my ass. Because, yeah, they wanted me to make the playoffs, and I missed. Not by very much, though. Not by very much. Yeah, the moment Clemens opts out, I'm going to re-sign Randy Johnson. If I don't get fired. And I very well might get fired. Oh, damn. That was a surprisingly intense season, wasn't it? Where I just went into full fire sale and yet still managed to almost make it in the playoffs. If I kept Todd Zeal, I might have made the playoffs. But I think losing Clemens honestly screwed us. I think the moment Clemens blew out his arm, we were kind of doomed. It's kind of a tragedy, but, you know, what are we going to do? Oh, Clemens did the predictable thing. He had me cut payroll. I think that's why he probably had me. Alright, guys. Right away. Definitely offer comp to both those players. I want Randy Johnson back. He only wants a little bit of money. I am more than willing to pay him this. I think he's worth it. Done deal. Rich Garza's kind of sucked for me. Like, a lot. And you're trying to convince me to give you a raise? Non-tendered. Everyone else here, I'm fine with that salary. I'd love for someone to sign Clemens right away and give me a new draft pick. That would make my day. Ross Powell did have a pretty good year. I'm going to go put you on the 40, man. You might make your way up to the majors at some point. Yeah, a lot of people walking. That's fine. Poor Luis Rodriguez. Like, in real life, he actually had, like, a small minor major league. Oh, wow. Actually, he didn't have one in the majors. This was a different Luis Rodriguez. Yeah, he'll probably never play in the majors. Which is, you know, sad, but at the end of the day, it's meh. How much would it cost for Castillo to come back? It's not worth it. I'd rather take the extra money I've gotten now and try to make some smart free agent moves for the future. Richard O'Connor. Who the hell's that guy? Like, who the hell are all these guys? I don't know who these people are. I don't know where those guys came from, but sure. I wonder if one of my teams got disbanded. That could be it. Damn. I still think we need... Good, we got Randy Johnson back. Nice. Oh, let's review the team. We almost forgot. Let's review the team. Burks had a great year. Mo Vaughn had a very good year. Not as good as last year, but still quite good. Omar Vizquel, this is almost certainly through defense. Oh, yeah. He's going to win another Gold Glove, almost certainly. Steve Bullitt was a nice find. He provided quality offensive production. I don't know that he'll ever do this again, but this was a very strong year for him. You came in and had a good impact on the team. I'll be glad to have you for a full season next year. Hammonds at least played the full season. He stole some bases, got some hits, drew a few walks. That's pretty good. Devereaux was useful, if never exceptional. The problem is we don't have very much raw thunder in the lineup. And Burks is going to opt out in the next year or two. And he's actually starting to age. To the point where I would probably, at this point, purposely leave him exposed like I did for Don Mattingly. I just let someone else deal with the shit. Pitching, now that Roger Clemens is gone, Hilly Hathaway was our best pitcher. Followed by Randy Johnson, then Aaron Seal, and Mike Jones. We had a lot of problems in the bullpen, but I think those will get sorted. Yeah. How did Lima's starts go, actually? I'm curious. Game log. Oh, he had a couple of decent starts, and then he got on the third one, but, you know. There's potential there. There's potential there. Our biggest problem is they're going to have another bottom third pick, I think. Oh, no, I am not coughing up. Even for, like, Dwight White, I'm not coughing up Hilly Hathaway. He's our best pitcher now. No, not on the block. Untouchable. Yeah, he's really, really good. I'm not going to trade him. It's not happening. I really hope someone signs Roger Clemens. That would be a huge feather in my cap if I could get a first-round draft pick out of that. Omar got a Gold Glove. No surprise there. No. I don't want Steve Allen. I don't want some crappy little reliever. Did I get any other votes for anything? No Silver Sluggers. Damn, Yvonne Calderon is just amazing in this timeline. Darren Erstad. Oh no, Todd Walker is the one who won that. Clemens got a few votes. MVP was Calderon. I don't remember him being that good in real life. I remember he was, like, decent for a while. But he's never, like, outstanding. Here, he's, like, a mega super ultra star. He's just cranking out homers like there's nobody's business. Damn. Yeah, I didn't win. I won the one award I expected, which was I was almost certain that Omar Vizquel was walking away with a Cy Young Award. Or a Gold Glove. This is going to be an important offseason, I think. Because we're going to have a little bit of money to spend. Not much, but some. And hopefully, now that we've cut payroll, we get a little bit more wiggle room. I highly expect that both Clemens and... Really? You gave Seeley a little extra money? I guess that's alright. Hall of Fame voting time. Oh, sure. Bobby Bonds seems reasonable. Lemon Bostock. He has over 3,000 hits. That's a good sign. Cedeno, no. Andre Dawson, in real life, yes. In ours, I'm not so sure. Larry Dierker, yes. Doc Ellis, yes. Darrell Evans, no. Raleigh Fingers, meh. Danny Goodwin, no. Bobby Grich, yes. I'm going to keep voting for him until he gets in, which I don't think is ever going to happen. Bob Knepper? No, not really. Bob Moose, yes. Gary Nolan, yes. Dave Parker, no. Daryl Porter, definitely no. Jerry Roos, yeah. I think he deserves enshrinement. No Jim Rice. Yes, Nolan Ryan. No Mike Scott. I will also vote for Rick Wise. All right, free agency filings. Okay, they both filed for free agency. I'll at least talk to Clemens, but I'm pretty sure he's going to want more money than I'm willing to pay. Oh, yeah, by a lot. So we're going to play smart. I'm not going to sign one big free agent, because we don't have the money for it anyway. We're going to find nice bargain basement free agents. Like a Yonis Rodriguez. Sure. I'll give you a 1-year deal. If I could find like a solid second baseman, I would probably try to sign him. Yeah, Frank Castillo wants a lot of money. I could pick up like another couple relievers in here too. You'd have to be pretty... Ooh. Oh, I'm not sacrificing a draft pick. That's not happening. Let's start by looking at infielders. I love Edgar Martinez. I don't have $3 million to spend, I don't think. Oh my god, he's such a good hitter, though. I know I just got through saying how I didn't want to spend like a lot of money on a player, but he's such a fantastic hitter. Like, no joke. He'd be awesome. I'm going to offer him. Now, I think the biggest problem with Edgar Martinez, I think someone else is going to take him. Because someone else is going to outbid me for him, which is fine. He doesn't play second anymore. Poor Tim Raines. Yeah, we're just going to wait and see what happens. I could bring in Steve Sachs for nothing. Let's do that. Edgar Martinez would instantly make our team a respectable offense again. But I've also got a feeling there's going to be... Oh, sweet! Someone jumped on Clemens. Nice! Oh, that is such welcome news. Thank you, St. Louis. Thank you. You did me a huge favor right there. Oh, come on. Give me Edgar Martinez. I will play him at third base without a hesitation. It'll be amazing. Yes! Oh, this is so cool. Alright. Whew. I'm so excited now. I know he's going to have issues staying healthy, but damn. For less than we're paying Clemens, we got an elite level hitter. Yeah, I'm super pumped to bring him to Toronto. I've also really liked Edgar Martinez in real life too, so that's like double cool. I doubt Castillo goes before the draft. I don't think we're going to get a first rounder for that. I take that back. And I got a first round pick from the Tigers. Nice. No, I'm going to keep Pentagny. What if I dropped him? What is with everyone loving Larry Sutton? He is kind of good, I guess. Does he have like a big D contract or something? Oh, wow, he's got a huge contract. I'll tell you what, I will give you, happily, Aaron Gael, but you're going to have to eat his salary. Oh, you can't? Then screw you. No, I'm not taking on salary. As entertaining as it would be to have Greg Vaughn. That's 3 first-round draft picks we've gotten out. That's pretty hot shit. Oh, yeah, you're going to the 60-day DL. Alright, fine. Alright, whatever, dude. Okay, deep breaths. Francisco Cordova, Luis Matos, Richie Sexton, Adrian Beltre, Victor Martinez, Jimmy Ross. This is not a great draft. And my first first rounder is at number 20. Awesome. Okay, I'm not as excited about having 3 first round picks now. Like, there's a few amazing players in this draft, but none of them are going to fall to me, I don't think. We'll see. I'd love to get Adrian Beltre. I would pee my pants with joy, but he's not going to fall. He's going to get grabbed by Houston. He'd be anyone but Houston would be a moronic not to draft him. There they go. What am I left with? Players of varying levels of interest. I remember Alex Escobar. He ran into an outfield wall, broke his orbital bone, and was never the same again. I remember that guy. You're a good catcher who can't hit. You're a good hitter who doesn't really have a position. I'd rather have you. I'm going to go ahead and draft Jason Regan with my first rounder. A Ted Lilly would be very welcome, I think. Yeah. He'd be a perfect addition to the club. Take him. Let's see. D. Brown. D. Brown never hit for that many home runs, but you know what? If you're going to leave him for me, I'm going to take him. Didn't Damian Minor, wasn't he a second baseman or catcher? I must be thinking of someone else. Brent Butler. Yeah, I'll take that in the second round. Sure. All right, no one else is taking Brian Lutterer. I feel kind of bad for that. Let's go ahead and take him. He might learn how to hit, maybe. I remember Chad Allen, and he used to play for the Twins for a couple of years. He wasn't very good. Neither was Mike Hessman, for that matter. I mean... Milton Bradley is a pretty good hitter. He just didn't get along with anybody, like, ever. Scott Kirby's a bit of a raw prospect, but I'll take him. No one's going to take him because they know he's not going to sign. That makes sense. Blake Anderson? A decent all-around player, happens to play catcher? Sure. Alright, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to look at batting potential. We're going to try to find some contact hitters who'll actually sign. Like Luis Saturia. Oh, wow, the Mets got Jacques Jones. I'm going to take Chad Durick and make him into a pitcher. Oh, no, he doesn't want to be signed. Okay. Jake Jacobs? No. His name is Jake Jacobs, but he's Japanese? Oh, I guess I shouldn't judge. It's always possible like his dad was in the service or something. Tim Chrisman? Sure. And I'll just go ahead and sim the rest of the draft. This was a very strong draft, in my opinion. We didn't get many megastars. Any megastars, I think, is maybe more fair. But we got a lot of players who are going to be consistently useful to the Blue Jays for a long time to come. That's my opinion. Sure, you can sign for under slot, Jason. Can you play second? You're about as good at one as the other. Yeah, this was actually a fairly decent draft to have 3 picks in. I know none of the picks are, like, amazing. D. Brown's going to be a good one if his bat develops. He's another one I will find a position for. It's a good draft for a really good bass. Hi, Brian. Yeah, I'm really excited about the potential of this draft. I know some of these guys are going to flame out. Probably hard. There we go. Boop. Before I do the Rule 5 draft, I should probably take a second and I should make sure that I've got all the important guys on here. Ryan Smith could be like a useful little pitcher. I don't want to lose him for nothing. Paul Shuey could be kind of solid in the future. We'll grab him too. Boop. Tavo Alvarez I don't care about. Steve Sachs can kind of still play second. I'm going to give him a shot. Boop. Everyone else here can take a flying leap. Dan Turan, sure. Tyson Young, no. I don't need a guy who only draws walks and literally does nothing else. Everyone else can walk. I don't care much for that. I think everyone signed, didn't they? Is there anyone at all interesting in this draft? There's Paul Quantrill, who was a good reliever for a bit. Jack Hardy's a reliever, but he might be a decent one. Like, if I converted him to a reliever, I might get some useful innings out of him. I'm going to go ahead and claim him. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and sim the rest of the draft. I don't care about the rest of it. Wow. That kind of hurts that no one took my players this time around. I ended up getting Yonis Rodriguez, too. That's fun. Oh, hang on, not you. Everyone else go to AAA. There we go. As much as I love Ellis Burks is... Actually, I think I'm going to have Ellis Burks bat second. Edgar bat third, Mo Vaughn bat cleanup, and then we'll pick a fifth place hitter out of everyone else. I mean, that wasn't my original intention. I was going to make Burks the cleanup guy, but his power's starting to fade, and I think Vaughn is actually the better hitter. Lemon Bostock got elected. A bunch of other people didn't. Bobby Grich is running out of time, though. That's unfortunate. We got some good bats in that draft. And some of them are going to need to find a position. But I'm willing to do that. And we've always got the DH in our back pocket as an option. I'm excited about D. Brown, actually. If he can improve to the level we think he can, he's going to be a fantastic hitter. And he'll be a nice Ellis Burks replacement maybe down the road. Did you adjust my budget at all? No. I have money for extensions. I'd better start using that now. For people worth keeping. Let's see if we can't lock Hilly Hammonds down for a while. Or Hilly Hathaway for a while. Done. No contest. You're getting me a pretty solid starter for next to nothing. That's an easy sell for me. Yeah, Burks is going to walk at the end of this year. He'd be an idiot not to. There we go. Right, let's go ahead and put Edgar on the DL so he can spend his time mending. But he actually should be ready for spring training, which will be nice. This isn't the greatest rotation, but it's a really solid one from top to bottom. And holy shit, Ted Lilly could almost make the opening day roster. But I'm not going to rush him. We don't need it, and I'd like to see his control improve. It's like Hilly Hathaway had like an illegitimate brother. All right. So who's going to get a spot on the spring training roster? Gabe Kapler pretty much crushed it in single A last year. I think that's worthy of a shot. Who else? I want to give Ted 1 year in the minors. Octavio, not just yet. I think I'm fine with the roster as it is. I would like one more catcher to maybe compete. Mark Skeels. I can draw walks and I can kind of play catcher, and that's about it. Yeah, alright. Just so we can have 3 catchers and have a little bit of competition, but there's no way you're making the roster. Gabe White would be useful as a reliever. Poor Pedro. Can you play second? No, you can't. Yeah, mate, there's no way you're making the roster. In fact, I don't think you're going to make the Major League roster. Okay, Steve Sachs is actually no better hitter than Chris Gomez. Oh, let's go ahead and set Graffino's position a second. How well did he end up doing last year? He still provided almost a full win just because of his defense. That's acceptable. I have a lot of outfielders. I don't think anyone would dispute that. Okay. Set the pitching staff. Set the lineups. Here we go. Ooh, I can't send through a month. It'll, that'll take us through opening day, and I want to make sure I manage service time properly. I can do till next month. I'll just take me to the beginning of March. Is that Von Hayes still playing? Is Von Hayes really still playing? I thought he retired years ago. No. Damn. Good for you, mate. Good for you. You're a borderline Hall of Famer, dude. It's borderline, but you're close. I wish you all the success, mate. But I don't think he's going to make the Hall. That's just my 10 cents. 2 cents. Whatever says 10 cents. 2 cents. That was very silly of me. Man, Edgar Martinez falling into my lap. Basically, we're not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. We have an actual chance to make the playoffs now, which we didn't before Edgar. And I should stop gushing about him because he's going to get injured in spring training now. One more week, please. And then we'll set the lineup and we'll end the episode. There we go, the 28th. Okay. So we've got a 43-man roster. Let's make some obvious decisions right now. Daryl May waived. Ross Powell waived. How many pitchers do I presently have? 17. I need to get rid of 5. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so let's set the pitching staff now. Right. The ace of the staff is Kenny Rogers. I don't think anyone would dispute that, and I certainly wouldn't. Randy Johnson, number 2. Sorry, Randy Johnson, number 3. Hilly Hathaway, number 2. Mike Jones, number 4. And then I think Lima's earned a shot to start this season as the starter. Casilli hasn't been good in his starting experiences. I think he's just a little better suited in this point in his career. He's only 25 to be a reliever. Long relief, emergency starter. Alright, so now the rest of the roster. Carlos Belliard is our best reliever except for the fact that he doesn't have very good control. So I'd rather actually make Yoenis Rodriguez the closer, just for this year. Until Belliard can improve his control. Belliard, you're going to be the number 1 setup guy. And then I think David Wells would be the other setup guy. Sorensen's long relief only. Middle relief for Saren, and I think middle relief for Hardy too. And there's your bullpen and your rotation. Alright, so now we've only got to clear 11 position players. I get most of these are going to be outfielders. Stacey Ham, back to the minors. I'm going to go ahead and waive Ray McDavid. I wish you luck, Varnell. I know one of the commenters was really keen on him. But a guy who just hits doubles and takes walks while hitting for a decent average isn't a very useful player. How long is Vizquel out? Just 4 weeks with tendonitis. Kapler is going to get a year of seasoning. I still have way too many outfielders. By like a lot. Sutton to the minors for now. I don't need 3 catchers. I still have way too many outfielders. Shit. Bullitt was too good last year for him not to make the roster. I'm going to have Mike Little play in the minors so he can play every day. Dahlbach goes back to the minors. I can't waive any of the... I could try send Devereaux to the minors. He's going to refuse, though. going to send Gomez to the minors. Castellano to the minors. So what I'll do is actually start Steve Sachs to begin the season, and Graffino will play as a super utility guy. I can't send Bullet and I can't send Hammonds. I don't think either one of them should go to the minors. But if I try to waive Nieves, someone will claim him, and I don't want that. I've got so many players who could be better than Gael. What could I get if I just traded you? I'd take a prospect for him. Luke Collier wouldn't be a bad choice. We'll keep looking. Kevin Ory. Yeah, okay. I think Kevin Ory is a reasonable... Ooh, hang on. Chad Hermanson. He could have a lot of power. And as a guy off the bench, that's pretty sexy. Let's do it. Let's get Chad here. Just a prospect trade. No biggie. I'm going to go ahead and send all three of you guys to the minors now that you've been waived. Wait, why? Oh, because you actually have to clear waivers first. Right. Right. Let's build the lineup, and that'll be how we end our episode for today. Let's nuke them. Boop. Now, one thing I have to keep in mind now is that we do have interleague play. So I will need to actually go ahead and build the lineups for against righties and lefties. Or I might just let the AI do that. Because they're going to be a very small proportion of the games I play. Alright. Batter ratings. Overall. Edgar Martinez is going straight to the number 3 hole. I know he's not the greatest third baseman. I don't care. He's better than Castellano in every sense of the word. Alright. Ellis Burks is going to bat second. And I know that's going to seem a bit strange, but he's got really good contact, pretty good power, and he's still got very good speed for his age. So I think he's a perfect second place hitter, and this will let us take more pressure off of Omar. Mo Vaughn will be batting cleanup. Oh, he's going to be DHing because we've got Patagony to play. Yeah, okay. It's doing it automatically. That's fine. Okay. Our best leadoff guy is probably still Hammonds. It's probably still him. Because Omar doesn't get on base enough. So, yeah, it's going to be Hammonds leading off. Okay. Alright. Now, Gubanich is going to play catcher and bat 8th. We know that already. Steve Sachs is going to bat 7th. We're going to let him start the year at second, and then we'll see how he progresses as the year continues. Okay. So we still need to fill first base, shortstop, and left field. All right, Scott Bullitt had a great year. What did we want him to hit against? Right-handed pitching. So Bullett's going to be our starting left fielder against right-handed pitching. Does Nieves have a platoon split? He likes hitting righties too. Okay. Yeah, I think Devereaux is going to be playing... how good is Bullet in right, actually? Is he about the same? Yeah, he's about the same. Yeah, I'd rather have a great defender in right, though, than a great defender in left. Devereaux bats 6th. No, sorry, you go, Patagny. Is going to start here. I think we're going to make him the everyday first baseman for now. I think we need to keep an eye open, though, for hitters who are good right-handed hitters. Nieves isn't bad, but he's definitely a bat off the bench type at this stage in his career. Which is perfectly acceptable to me. I have no problem having a bat of his caliber off the bench is pretty strong. He's going to be bitching all year long, and I don't care. Because he needs to man up, is Devereaux. And I guess we'll go ahead and put Patagin, or Petagine, or Petajan, or whatever here. No. I see what I did. Okay. We gotta leave a spot for the pitcher here. Boop. Boop. Left-handed left fielder. Yeah, this is gonna be Devereaux. We'll bat here. Then Sachs, then Gubinich. I'm actually gonna let Omar bat 9th. I'm gonna take a lot of pressure off of him. And just let him play really great defense and maybe every once in a while hit like 260 or something. This is a good lineup. I think we've had better lineups in the past. But this is a very strong starting lineup in my opinion. That could of course go horribly, horribly wrong. I don't dispute that. Gabe Kapler would be a perfect fit on this team if we ever get rid of Devereaux. I treat Devereaux like he's like a stain or something. He's not that bad. But he wants you to win the World Series. You are drunk, my friend. Absolutely hammered. If you think I'm going to win the World Series this year. It's not impossible, but it's not very likely. I require to know where my minor league system ranks now. 25th. 25th. Oh, that's the other Guerrero. Okay. Who's the number 1 prospect in baseball? Todd Helton? He's with the Rockies. That's where he belongs. I like that. It feels right to have Todd Helton play for the Rockies. Jeff Jenkins and Ben Groove playing for the Brewers. That sounds familiar. I wonder if the Twins will keep David Ortiz this time around. We'll see. Is that Matt Morris? Yeah. Brad Fulmer, Shannon Stewart, Doug Davis, yeah, Jose Guillen, Doug Minkiewicz plays for the Yankees, Mark Kotsay for the Padres, that sounds familiar. Seth McClain? Scott McLean. I do not remember him. I watched a lot of baseball in the 90s and early 2000s, and I do not remember who Scott McLean is. Yeah. Chanho Park and Jason Marquis. Ted Lilly, of course. Miguel Valdez. Oh, Mark Valdez. I still remember him, though. M. Caruso. Mike Caruso. I don't remember him. Or Jason Arnold. Jamie Arnold. This is one of the Brian Andersons. There's two of them. Okay, he's the right-handed Brian Anderson. Okay. Is O'Dallas or Oliver? O'Dallas. Justin Thompson. Davy Cruz. Mark Brandenburg? Yeah. The Braves are going to be scary good, though, in a couple of seasons if they develop Roy Halladay properly. Andy Abad was not a great player. He's one of those guys who's almost pure potential. If you look at his real-life career, he got, like, one tryout. Yeah. He was a minor league warrior. Victor Martinez is a good get. Scott Green? Oh, Sean Green. Oh, he started as a first baseman. I don't remember him ever playing outfield. How do the A's continue to have these ridiculously awesome farm systems and just never cash in? I don't know. I do not know. But right. So that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to see if Edgar Martinez... Oh, we didn't do this part. Generate depth charts. Boop. Are you going to do anything weird? Alright. I don't mind if you swap out the catchers, because they're both kind of equally shitty, and I don't know who the hot hand is yet. 10 games for you, 7 games for you. Seven games, 10 games. Oh no, Bullet has earned if starter tired status. No question. Bullet's last year was amazing. I'm not going to take that away from him. I mean, I don't think I've explained how good this season is. For a part-time left fielder to go 278, 325, 506 with 26 homers and 21 doubles is just insane. I don't think he'll do this again. But I'm going to ride this horse until I fall off. Because that was just such an unexpectedly great season. I know he's kind of shit in the field, but that's not what he's here for. But we have reason to be cautiously optimistic about this season. And it's all going to depend on Edgar Martinez. If Edgar Martinez unleashes all of his potential, and Ellis Burks continues to play exceptional center field, we have to consider he's still a very good player. He's just not an MVP candidate anymore. Because he's lost a lot of his power. And that's fine. This is still an excellent player, by any stretch of the imagination, who happens to be a pretty good center fielder as well. I have no issues with Ellis Burks. I just know that he would have to be a lunatic to opt out, to not opt out. But here's the potential downside, quote unquote. If Burks doesn't opt out, we're saddled with a player who's going to get older and worse for a lot of money. And I will expose the shit out of him in the 97 expansion draft if that's what happens. Petagine, whatever we're going to call him. I think we're going to get a good season out of him. I really do. I think he was a good acquisition. But it's going to come down to Edgar. If we get 1992 Edgar Martinez, I think we win. I think hands down, we're making the World Series. just by himself. 1994 would still be a pretty strong version of Edgar Martinez. The problem is he's super fragile. I'm hoping that means he's rested. I'm hoping that means he's going to do what he does best and he's going to stay healthy for just one season. And frankly, if we get 2 great seasons out of him, that's just gravy. Mo Vaughn had a very good last year. He just wasn't as good as 1994. I also think he's gonna get penalized in WAR because he's gonna be playing DH now. It's also hard to argue when he hits 300 because his power numbers are virtually the same. He just didn't get as many hits. It happens. Got 2 triples in 94. Right, but thank you very much for watching. That will conclude our episode. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Edgar Martinez-helmed Toronto Blue Jays and their chances to bring home the trophy in 1996. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.